whenever the movie comes out. Are you listening, Tyler Perry? Whenever this book does make it to the big screen, I want people to either A, have already read the book and then see the screen version, or like most of us, we see the film and then we turn around and read the book, especially if it's that darn good. You know, the book makes some good points. Although it's fiction, it makes some good points as far as real life goes. And I'm talking specifically in terms of the subject of gun control as well as relationships. So, once again, my name is Devil Tongue, and you are listening to the Devil Tongue Show on Spreaker.com. What else can we talk about since the name of the show is Awakenings? Well, let's talk about how the fare has gone up. It's now $2.50 in New York. Wouldn't be a problem if mass transit itself was improved, but take it from someone who not only still takes mass transit, I drive as well. Can't afford the gas, can't afford the tolls, can barely afford to go anywhere on mass transit itself. So one of my other reasons for pushing this book is because if I can become self-sufficient, I won't have to go to someone else's job 5 days a week wondering where I'm going to be able to get the money from that Metro card from. It's crazy because before the fare went up, basically, well, let's just say it's the way that the Metro card worked. You would have a balance, which I'll say made sense. Now it's like 6 cents or 9 cents left on your card. They charge you for the Metro card now, which that never happened before. Is it going to force people to recycle? Sure it will. Recycling. Another issue. When I was in Florida, it seemed like Florida wasn't big on recycling, at least not like New York is. My thing is recycling should be a statewide mandate. Why is it that here you can take bottles and cans to coin redemption, and some people make a good bit of change from it? You know, I can't front. I have myself. But when you get to other states, oh, sure, just throw it away. No big deal. Okay, but isn't it all about helping the environment? Isn't it all about saving Mother Nature? So why is it that in one state it's such an issue and in other states they could care less? Just like idling your vehicle. If you get caught, fines could be as high as $1,000, whatever they charge. Other states, you know, they preach clean air, but then you can idle your car all day long. Big deal, right? Right. And I'm still surprised about the Superstorm Sandy cleanup. I was in Florida when the storm hit, and mind you, the hurricane didn't touch Florida. It went in an arc and, you know, came up the coast. Unfortunately, New Jersey, New York were battered pretty heavily. Just recently, the number one subway train in South Ferry was reopened. And as far as people's homes all around the state, especially the Rockaways, a lot of people are still fighting to get, shall we say, recovery, which includes financial assistance, maybe getting their home rebuilt. They predict that this hurricane season is going to be worse. Well, you know, just got to take a wait and see attitude. We don't know. But I can honestly say I'm definitely glad to be back, so I feel like I can help. You know, my family, and just in a general sense, they weren't hit hard. They didn't lose power. Very minor damage as far as a tree falling. You know, as far as the fence being torn apart. But nothing like some of the damage that other people have suffered. And my heart and prayers go out to those people who are still struggling to get back on their feet from this Hurricane Sandy experience. I hope whether I can render, say, physical assistance, maybe volunteering to help clean up, rebuild a home, or something of that nature, that I can be a part of the recovery effort, because we all need each other. It's that simple. Again, when I talk about my novel, Anti-Drug Matter, although it's basically, how should I put it? It's basically police officers, as far as action adventure, going about their job and doing what they do. But the underlying theme is it's all about relationships. And I would encourage people to read the book, and maybe you could apply some of those ideals to your own relationships. Business, personal, interpersonal. And pretty much that's the gist of the book. I'll get more into it in future broadcasts, including reading chapters and excerpts. Again, you can check it out. I do have one full chapter on YouTube. Again, all you have to do is type in Anti-Drug Matter on YouTube. It'll come up. And I hope you enjoy what I have to offer. You're listening to Devil Tongue on www.spreaker.com. This is a live broadcast, first one in a long time. And it won't be the last, that I can guarantee you. There will be many more that I will be broadcasting for you, to you, with you. My partner Medieval passed away on March 12th of this year. And I definitely hope to be able to keep his memory and his legacy alive. Again, with his thoughts, his voice. He has a book, I should say, on Amazon, Live Without Caution, Die Without Warning. And he had other novels in the works, which I'm hoping that along with his family, his daughter, we can get those works published under my company, Double Tongue Publishing. But if you're wondering if I'm selling manuscripts, the answer is no, not at this time. I'm still trying to get the company off the ground full blast. That, as well as my new talent agency. It's going to happen. Believe me. It takes time and it takes money. So, I'll continue to give all of you more information as, my own progression continues to be played out. I'm looking forward to a progressive, I should say the rest of the year being very progressive and very fruitful. And I'm grateful to God himself for bringing me this far. I've had, we're all human, and I've had challenges in my own life over the past year, which again, I'll share that with you in future broadcasts. I'll only go so far as to say that when it comes to personal relationships, you really, really need to take your time, be patient, and listen. Then on top of the listening, you need to try to comprehend. For those of you who are aware of the Serenity Prayer, that really applies to my situation as far as God giving me the strength the courage and the wisdom, the strength to change the things. Well, forgive me, I forget the prayer offhand, but for those of you who are familiar with the Serenity Prayer, that does apply to me. And pretty much, that's all I have to say for this fresh live broadcast, which will be on Facebook, and I'm going to start also posting more of my broadcasts on YouTube as well. Now, it's been a while since I've actually broadcast, so I don't even know if somewhere during this broadcast I was interrupted with a commercial break. I probably was. I can't hear it from the console itself, but believe me, I have a lot to say, a lot more to say, and things will be said because the time is right now for a new hero to emerge. Seems like a lot of our heroes have been getting knocked off. I mean, that's just my personal opinion. But if we all need a leader, and I'm no exception, the only thing I can try to do is be a leader to someone else. And that's definitely what I'm going to try to be. If you like what I have to say, wonderful. I'm glad you appreciate my opinion. Remember, it's just an opinion. I'm not a professional therapist. So I may be to some of you in terms of, radio world, but radio world, internet world, I'm just somebody with something to say, and gosh darn it, I'm going to say it with love and with respect, and at the end of the day, with friendship. So, once again, on that note, you are listening to Deviled Tongue. This is my Spreaker show, the Deviled Tongue Show, and this is the broadcast Awakenings. Wake up! Wake up and listen to me. Listen to what I have to say. And then trust yourself too. Trust your own instincts. You're not, self-doubt can be one of the worst elements that you let into your life. I'm not always right, but I'm right a lot of times, and I don't try to deliberately mislead people. If anything, I tell you what is truthful and what is right, so that then you can make an educated decision for yourself. And that's all we ask. Because I'm definitely not perfect. I still have things that I have to make up for in my own life. But I feel that with God's guidance and with my own self be true, with me believing in myself, I can make it happen, and everything is going to be all right. Again, I can't promise you I'll be here next Friday at 2 p.m. I'm going to try to get a regular schedule down so that it will be consistent. You don't have devil tongue bouncing all over the place. And that's all I can offer at this point in time. Again, to Medieval, God rest your soul. I miss you. And I will definitely do my best to carry on your voice and your legacy. Well, that's all the time I have for now. Thank you for listening and tuning in. And I will be back. So, to all of you, stay blessed, be healthy, be well. And if you can't remember anything else, do remember that the devil tongue has spoken. Take care.